Good fucking morning, or whatever time of day it is, right? So, what we need to do is we need to do something about the YouTube. They're censoring everyone, shutting down everything. And every one person is like, oh, they're targeting me because, they're targeting me because I'm talking about stuff they don't like. I'm talking about guns. They don't like guns, so they target me. And then drug people are like, I'm teaching about drug safety. They don't like drug safety, so they banning me. And then people exposing who control America, aka the Jews, they're like, they banning me. I don't like Jews, which is, I mean, really, that is who they actually were targeting 10 years ago, and have removed so much of their media from. And then, but it's really, it's at this point, it's not like any one of these groups. They're targeting everyone. It's owned by, Page and Brand, and then their overlord company. I mean, Google's like pretty much a crime syndicate. That's why they have to have Alphabet have offshore, because they're in violation of laws. So they put their major, whatever they're doing, they put their major corporation offshore. And that makes it so they can not follow laws, because it's not in America, or it's not in any other place that would put laws on them, or has laws already to prevent whatever it is they're doing. But they're just they're Jewing you. And what it is, I mean, they were already doing this like against their own Hyman brothers there in Hollywood. They've been having all that media for free and everything. Like, you just go there and you listen to the Hollywood music for free. You don't have to pay for it or anything. And hell, they even profit off it with advertisements. But they're defunding you. They're not defunding themselves. They're still getting all these hits for themselves. And it's got nothing to do with you guns and all that. You guys got to come together. It's not about that. They just want you to be poor, and they want to be rich. They don't want to give you any money. They're stingy. They're stingy media bankers, just like the previous, just like the ones that will come after them. The people on the radio, the people on the books, all book publishing houses, the people on the freaking record industry, the people in Hollywood, it's all the same tribe. And they're not targeting you because you're this and that. You're providing drug excellence services or whatever. You're not, you're king of random blowing up things. You're not Sean's over there freaking blowing up TV sets and stuff. They're not defunding you because it's not advertiser friendly. They're just finding ways to defund you because they're greedy corporate stooges. This is how corporations work. For some reason, I mean, you can argue corporations don't always work like this, but in the end, they almost always do. Especially as they fail, they tend to like to rob people. They really, corporations, look at Blockbuster. Blockbuster started out by shutting down the competition, by cutting prices and everything way lower than anyone could do it, and then popping up their buildings everywhere so they could get it. So they could get in there. And then once they pushed out Hollywood Video and all that, Video Central, all the video stores before Blockbuster, once they successfully shut those down, they jacked their prices right up. And that was that. That's the way these people work. I mean, look at Schwinn. Schwinn sold a great bike. They charge a lot of money. They give you a great bike. And then they went to charging you a lot of money and selling you a crap bike. And I hear the same thing was with Huffy, because my bike is a Huffy, and it's supposedly like a really high quality racing bike because it's old and from back in the day. But now Huffy is trash. And I mean, corporations are always changing around to manipulate you. I mean, look at all these corporations that are failing. Toys R Us, Sears, etc. Even the ones that aren't failing, like your banks and every place, is sending their customer service to like India. It's a criminal nation, legalizing criminality, actually, literally, to rob other nations. they're doing that because they get like 10 cents, 10 cents an hour. But those people are like low key working to rob you. I'm sure behind the scenes, they're like working with the corporations in America, the leaders, just saying like, do whatever you want, and they know the bad things gonna happen, but they're doing it for profit margins. They're raising profit margins, and they're just simply cutting you out because you are the product that they sell. And if they just take your money from you, then they have all that extra profit. It's not got to do because you got guns. It's not got to do because you got drug education. It's got a little bit to do with the fact that you're exposing that it's Jews who own this media. They definitely don't like that. But everything else, when they attack PewDiePie, they want to take his funding away. But I'm sure they've cut back on funding for Onions, and I didn't 100,000% pay attention to when they started cutting it, because it's not important, because they've been cutting the people who talk about who owns the media and who owns the corporations and who owns America, the Jews. They've been cutting those people for a long time. And the thing they cut the most out of all of you, whether you're talking about the Jews, whether you got a good gun show there with Hickok, whatever you're doing they actually, from my 10 years of monitoring them, they went after Hitler first. Yes, as much as you hate him, they don't want you to know anything about that guy. They went after him hardcore, and there's so many videos that were removed. It's like YouTube would be at like Hitler tube if they didn't remove all those videos. And every time they removed them, they'd put more up. New channels would come put more up, but they just removed them again. But it's not, at this point, it's not about any one group, and you need to focus on the group they originally attacked, the people telling you who owns the media, because that's what matters. What matters isn't, they're defunding me because I'm talking about drugs and guns and this and that. I'm making fun of school shootings, or I'm exposing that I think the school shootings are fake and staged, and the world probably is fake and staged. There's a lot of weird shit going on. That's another video. We're not getting into that. There's so much stuff they're banning everyone. It's not you. Don't be selfish. I know you want to be selfish. You people who have psych substance, all this. I know you're not selfish, right? I've seen how you people act, but after Onions and all this PewDiePie, you've developed this cash flow, and you probably sustain this lifestyle that will crash and will have severe consequences if you can't maintain it. So, yeah, you can't be jealous. You can't be greedy about that. They're not coming after you because you made the coolest video game channels, and then you had some Asians saying some racist stuff, PewDiePie. They're coming after you because it's the same people on the media doing the same thing they've been doing since they killed Christ. They're the money changers, and they're trying to rob you. They're trying to take everything. They want to shut you down. They want to shut freedom of speech down. They really do want to take the guns down. They are targeting guns, but they were targeting exactly what I said first. I've been watching this for a long, long time. But they're not shutting, at this point, they're not shutting any of you down in specific because of the content you provide or what you're doing.